I'm Ruth from Pod Nutrition and Yoga, and today I wanted to show you an opening sequence from my mum and baby class. So I've got my baby doll here, but my focus of the classes is on the mum postnatally, so this is appropriate for you whether you've got a young baby or not. I'll be including the baby shortly, but say if you don't have a baby, that's not a requirement. So we'll begin by placing one hand on our chest and one on our belly. And you can close your eyes or just soften your gaze. And we're going to take some deeper breaths. And we're going to feel the breath expanding our belly and our chest. And ideally what you're aiming for is to breathe into your belly, expanding your belly and feeling that hand rise on your belly, and then breathing into the chest and feeling your hand move on your chest. Then breathing into the throat, and then as you exhale, feeling your chest sink and then your belly sink. So the breath starts in the belly. And by doing this, we slow down our breathing and we immediately switch on our parasympathetic nervous system. So that's our relaxing hormones that are released, and we come in, our brain enters a more relaxed state by taking those deep breaths, but also by taking these deep breaths into our belly, we're activating our pelvic floor muscles, because the pelvic floor is attached to our diaphragm, which moves up and down as we breathe. So as we inhale and exhale, our pelvic floor is working as well. And then releasing your hands down and letting your breath just come into its natural rhythm. And then we'll inhale our hands up toward the ceiling, exhaling down. And then if your eyes are still closed, opening them so that you can see the next move. And we're going to plant our left hand down on the floor and then inhale up, over. Exhaling back down, planting that right hand, inhaling the left hand up and over. Do one more to each side. And then we're going to place our hands on our shoulders and circle our shoulders, bringing our elbows as close together as possible and then as wide as possible, making those circles big, getting the shoulder blades down the spine as we come back. Just remembering to breathe in your own time. And then we'll bring the circles forward. And then just a couple more back. We tend to get quite rounded in our shoulders when we're looking after young children. So I like to end on getting my shoulders back and down. And then dropping your chin to your chest and pretending you've got a ball under your chin, between your chin and your chest, and you're going to roll that ball up to the left shoulder, back down to the centre, and up to the right So it's like you're drawing a semicircle on your chest with your chin. So just keeping the movement really slow and steady, so you can really feel where your neck needs that extra moment to release. And then finishing up on the right hand side, so you're even, coming back down to the middle and then raising your head into the center. And then we're going to bring our feet either side of baby or hip distance apart, roughly, if you haven't got a baby in front of you. Placing your hands under your knees. So I'll come this way so you can see me now. So my knees are at about a 90-degree angle, hands underneath the backs, and we're going to round our back and then grow tall as we come forward, opening the chest. So you're scooping as you come back, and growing tall as you come forward. So you can exhale as you round your back, rounding the shoulders, and then inhale as you grow tall. Trying to keep those thighs parallel as you come forward. So this is essentially a seated cat, like we do cat-cow on all fours. So you're getting as much mobility here in your spine as possible. And it's using the pelvic floor muscles again as well. And opening the chest. So again, moving in time with your own breath. Exhaling and inhaling as you come forward. And then bringing your feet out stretched either side. Baby if you've got baby, as I say, otherwise you can just bring them as wide as is comfortable for you. And we'll inhale up and then exhale our hands forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Just taking a few breaths here. Relaxing the neck, keeping it in line with your spine. And the movement here really wants to come from the hips. So if you need to, you can raise your hips up on a block or a cushion. That can sometimes allow the pelvis to come forward a little more and be more comfortable. We'll just hold for a couple more breaths. Then walking the hands back in. And we're going to do some pelvic circles. So we're going to bring our hands as though we're stirring a big pot round in a circle clockwise. And I say, if you've got baby there, you can wriggle your fingers to keep them interested and entertained. Otherwise, if you've got no baby, you don't need to wriggle your fingers, but you know, it's still good to give some movement to our hands, so you might choose to do it anyway. And this is really good for releasing any tension around the pelvis. I do it a lot in pregnancy yoga as well. Our pelvis gets quite unstable during pregnancy and takes a while to recover after birth. And we're often carrying babies. Maybe we carry them on one side and we get a bit uneven in our muscles and on one side. So this can just help free up the pelvis, help with realigning everything. So then we'll switch direction, and then you can, if you've got a baby, say, click your fingers. Otherwise, just enjoy the movement going anti-clockwise. If it's more comfortable for you, you can put a small bend in the knee, and you can also do this one cross-legged but you don't need to do the stirring. Doing it cross-legged. So just there's different options depending on what you find comfortable or don't find comfortable. And then coming back to the centre, and that is a small routine that you can do to free up your shoulders, your neck, your back and your pelvis. That's all you need just to get you moving. Namaste.